So Cody Rhodes and CM Punk just put on one of the best segments we've seen on Raw in a very long time. These two went out there and they cut one of the promos of their life. And it wasn't so much that they had the excitement or they had the aggression or they had that energy to them, but it was more in what they said and how they built the story that was so damn good. I mean, we had CM Punk comparing himself to the American Dream, which obviously touched a nerve with Cody, and then Cody Rhodes said, well, judging from your pipe bomb that you cut way back when, I'm more of CM Punk than you are. And I thought that was really, really good. And it really built up the story for this Royal Rumble. And then CM Punk obviously asked Cody, is this just business? Can we be friends Sunday morning? And Cody never really responded to that, which I found interesting. Cody clearly is putting his all into finishing his story. And his pleasure is his business at the end of the day, which is this wrestling business. Like CM Punk said, you've been in this wrestling business. This is your life. You've been in this since you were a kid. And CM Punk hasn't. So I like that subtle nuances that they threw in there. And I like the story they were trying to tell. So now we know that they were both trying to finish their story. Both CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. Two very different stories. But they both have a story to tell and a story to finish. But the question is, who is actually going to do it at the Royal Rumble? Is it going to be one of them? Is it going to be neither of them? I think it's an interesting topic to talk about. Because I feel CM Punk's story absolutely needs the Rumble. In other words, to main event to WrestleMania, to get that world title shot at Mania, to enhance his story, he needs the Rumble. Because there's so many people on Raw looking for Seth Rollins that CM Punk doesn't really stand out as someone who deserves that spot. You know, we've got Drew. He's had enough shots, but we've got Drew, for example. We've got Jey Uso. We've got Gunther. We've got Damian Priest. We've got all these names that are looking for Seth Rollins that I don't feel CM Punk really stands out there. So having the Royal Rumble enhances his story and gets him that main event that he requires. Whereas with Cody, on the other hand, he won the Rumble. He lost in his main event. I don't think he needs the Rumble again. I think he can actually use the Rumble and lose the Rumble to enhance his story. I think if he loses the Rumble, there's more adversity that he has to overcome. More adversity. And now he needs to find another way to get to Roman. And then you can have Roman just denying him a shot. To the point where Nick Aldis actually says, okay, Cody, Elimination Chamber. You versus 5 other guys. Winner gets a shot at Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. That's how I'd do it. That's how, in a nutshell, obviously a lot more in detail, but that is in a nutshell how I would do it. And I think that would really help Cody because it would be different from last year. It would be very different. It would be Cody fighting for that opportunity and fighting for it rather than having it for 2 months in the build up to WrestleMania. I wanted to go down to the last straw. I'm thinking Shawn Michaels looking for that Undertaker title or Undertaker match at WrestleMania. I'm thinking that level of adversity. And I think it could work with Cody. Cody is a melodramatic person. We know this. He can be super dramatic, for good or for bad. And I think he can work this role perfectly. And then, of course, finish his story at Mania. We could. Oh, sorry, I'm cutting myself off here. We could see both men finish their story. Like I'm saying, which one needs to finish their story first. We could have Cody Rhodes beating Roman Reigns at the main event of WrestleMania. We could have CM Punk beating Seth Rollins at night 1 of the main event of WrestleMania. But I don't think CM Punk is going to achieve his story now. I think he's going to win the Rumble and attempt to achieve his story, but not make it. And then I think Cody Rhodes is going to actually finish his story. It's a little bit confusing, but I know what I'm thinking in my head. Hopefully I'm conveying it to you guys in the right manner. But I just think Cody has a lot more meat on the bone for his story, and CM Punk's kind of feels rushed, and I think you could do a whole year worth of storytelling for CM Punk. So perhaps neither of them win the Rumble. Perhaps we get a Gunther Rumble win and we get a double champ Gunther at WrestleMania. Maybe neither of them finish their story. This is what I'm enjoying about WWE this year, and I know I'm going like this. I know I'm doing that. But that's exactly what WWE is doing, and it's making it exciting for us. We don't know which direction they're trying to go with. They're going in one direction with Gunther, another direction with Drew, another direction with CM Punk, and a totally different direction with Cody Rhodes. Then you've got Sami Zayn, who's got something to do, and you've got Jimmy and Jay, who I hope have their match at Mania. You've got Damian Priest, who seemingly cannot cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase for the life of him. So I think there's so many different routes they are going in, and I'm absolutely loving it. You know what it kind of reminds me, but it's different. Kind of reminds me of Ruthless Aggression era where we'd see those 4 or 5 man matches with Kurt Angle and Triple H and this person and that person all in one match. I know we're not getting those big matches where there's 5 people. I say that, but we've got a 4-way match at Rumble. But you get what I'm saying. It kind of feels like we doing that without the big multi-man match, and rather just having each person build on their story layer by layer and then have their match eventually, which I like. I like that. I like the fact that it's not just all rushed. It's built layer by layer, long-term storytelling, something we've been crying out for since God knows when, since forever, as long as I can remember. Long-term storytelling has been something we needed in WWE, and Triple H is delivering on that. Not always perfect, please. I'm not here to just arse lick Triple H all day long, but he's doing the right stuff. It's weird how both Cody and CM Punk's story is vastly different to where it was 3 years ago. 3 years ago, CM Punk was not even in AEW. He was chilling on the sidelines, doing that Fox show with WWE, but he wasn't really working for WWE. Anyway, and then we had CM Punk in AEW running a show, being an executive of a show that is not WWE. And then fast forward 3 years later, they've both been in AEW, both left AEW, come to WWE, arguably made their stock bigger. Cody for sure, CM Punk questionable because he was a huge deal in AEW. And now they have a story to finish, a story to write, something to sink their teeth into, some meat to grab off the bone. And I think Cody is definitely benefiting from it. I mean, he's the cover star of WWE 2K24. That shows how much he's benefiting from it. CM Punk was always going to be a star. I mean, 10 years away from the company, talking shit about the company the whole time. I'm still waiting for that CM Punk heel turn. I think it should come. I want to see CM Punk get his moment as a heel, because I think that's the best version of CM Punk. You know, I think that, or even not if it's not as a heel, but more cocky than what he is right now. So he could be a heel to WWE, but a face to the fans, if you get what I'm saying. I don't want to see completely good guy CM Punk get his WrestleMania moments. As weird as that sounds, I just need more from Punk's best. Punk is a heel. Simple as that. I said it. It is what it is. So I think that would be his best way to finish the story. Now I'm really going up and down, left and right here, but it is just the way that Raw is. I mean, it's so damn good. We've had Gunther and Seth. We've had Drew and Seth. We've had Cody and Seth. We've had Cody and Punk. We've had Punk and Seth. We've had Punk and Drew. We need Gunther and Punk at some points, because that would be just Gunther and Cody also. That would just be so good. And I think this Royal Rumble is really setting up, I said it, I made a video on this, to be one of, if not the best. The build has certainly been my favorite in so many years. I haven't been this excited for a Rumble in terms of who's going to win in a long time. Don't get me wrong, I was excited last year for the simple fact that Cody was coming back and Cody was going to win. But this year it's more of who? And that goes for the men's and the women. So, to finish off this video, the question is, who's going to finish their story, and how did they finish their story? Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. And thank you guys for watching throughout this year. We're going to do probably a Royal Rumble live stream this weekend, so stay tuned for that. Keep a lookout on the channel for that, and we'll see you guys there. Join us in the live stream. And if you come from the live stream, just say you came from this video if you're in the live stream. And then, yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.